Everyone, welcome to the first recorded episode of 2023. That Range Life show, sometimes about golf. Thank you for joining us. I'm Bill
Happy
Bush.
New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, William.
Happy New Year. Yeah, Bill Bush, JRangeHeroes.com. That's Kris McEwen at Kris McEwen. Go follow him. Do it. All right. Yeah, first show of 2023, doing it remote. I don't know if you saw this. We have and I thought of this right before hopping into the stew. We have a 62-degree forecast tomorrow.
I did see that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be wet and foggy, muggy as hell, but it's going to be something here in January. The usual start of the show suspects, even though we're remote. Go down below, hit subscribe,
right?
Hit the bell so you get notified every time we post a new show, unboxing, whatever we got going up. You don't want to miss it, so hit that bell so it tells you we posted something. All right.
Also, we shan't forget our podcast listeners. Subscribe, rate, and review. Thank you very much,
and all of you. Let's get this year started off on a good note and tell a friend.
Right.
Tell a friend. Real quick before we get started, I don't know what spurred this thought earlier, but I just want to make a really quick shout out to Frank showing up to
he's the best, man.
The birthday extravaganza
for sure.
Frank, man, shout out Frank. All right.
Yeah, for sure. And that's not to say thank you to Adam and Riv for making the trip out as well, but they're kind of obligated just because there's history there. But Frank is just he's like our friend now. Like he's a legitimate friend. It's great. Right.
Well, and Frank doesn't have the skin in the game. Maybe that you'd say the other two do.
Yeah.
Some skin in the game is not the right way to put it, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's at the end of the day, he's a dude we met on the golf course, like straight up.
And I'd say he's not like
this year.
Yeah.
And he was at my little birthday thing at the green at 9:00 at night.
Well, and he's not part of the online internet golf world
community,
aside from participating with us.
Right. Although his daughter did say he's famous now. So there you go.
Now. So, yeah, that was awesome. Shout out Frank. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out to kick off the show. How are you? How are you, Kris?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What are we in day 2 of dry January? Welcome all those that are participating. I have on the show, on the rundown there, the set list, minus 1 day for you. Traditionally, your birthday, you're allowed to have a drink. Minus 1 day for me because I will have a drink on Friday with my son before he heads back to university. So I'm going to pay off my 1 day debt in the first week of February. That's my self implemented rule. If you drink 1 day during dry January, you pay back, by a week. 1 day equals 1 week into February. So
as I say, we did. I feel like I remember that last year we had interest.
Yeah. Yep. Got to pay a fine.
I saw this note and I haven't had a drink since your birthday get together, and even there I didn't really partake too much. Like I thought I was coming out of it, but I have not really fully gotten fired back up. I don't know the right way to put it since COVID.
Really?
And drinking just doesn't help at all. So you saw I didn't drink that much at your get together.
No, you had like a cocktail and a half, maybe. You didn't even I don't think you finished your second one.
I finished. No, I didn't get a second one. I only had the one.
That was your one. Yeah. Okay.
Had one and some of the champagne they gifted you. Oh, I should have given that away. You have to watch a future video.
I think that's out right tomorrow. No, it's scheduled up, but I don't know.
It's scheduled before this show. All right. Yeah. So
I think so.
The champagne they gave us. I had some of that.
Yeah.
I just haven't had any, so I didn't get a good last New Year. Well, you and Adam were doing the Happy New Year's fellas text, I believe at midnight or 2 or so. I was fast asleep for quite some time, and it was awesome because I missed out on all of them from the various peoples. And nah, man, I was out. I slept terrible. Yeah, so I just haven't felt great. I'm days. I had days go. So wait, that's the thing. If I start feeling better does it work the opposite, where if I started dry January in December, I get weeks off the back end in January?
Not weeks.
Oh, okay.
Not giving you weeks.
No, I plan on just partaking through the whole. You know what? Maybe what I'll do too. I will be guilty by association and participate in your debt week too.
Oh wow! Okay, that's some real teamwork there.
Hey, you know what?
I appreciate that.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah. Isn't that what's good for the boy is good for the girl?
I've never heard that.
Isn't that what a gander is?
No, gander is a flock of geese, is it not?
Oh, for one, it's for all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at us.
Yeah. Teaching me some stuff. Happy New Year. I learned something new already.
Look, not drinking. We're clear-headed and philosophical. That's us.
Yeah. I've been it's real funny. I think we've talked about this, but like, this is by far my most productive month of the year. I finished up some of the work on the wall back here, like just holes and repainting. I did the same here. I patched some nicks and holes in the living room and repainted those.
Did you have to go buy any new supplies to do that, or did you have all on hand?
No, I did. I had to replenish my roller supply.
There's nothing better than when you're like, oh, I just got to patch a hole, and you go and get like, maybe you have like your little like smaller tub for just little right holes, whatever. But then the last time
it's all dried out,
right? And you're like, I just need to add a little bit of water, and then you think that's good enough, and you look at it after you've sanded it down, and it looks like you have wall, and then like
totally
someone
true.
stuffed a cotton ball against your wall and painted over it, and you go, never mind, and you get rid of all of it and just go get some fresh.
It's 100% true. I feel like I'm off-centered. This is weird. This is like my background is throwing
Kris,
me off still.
First show of 2023. We're remotes.
Yeah.
I think we said this. We said this 2 shows ago, our last show of 2022. Listen, we're just sort of getting our feet back under us and we're in the off season here. Our off season is very tough.
Yeah.
Speaking of golf off seasons, I will tell you this, and all the people like, oh, the whole live golf, they really aren't playing less golf, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I don't know if you've and again, we talk, how often do we talk about, we don't really pay attention to golf social media these days.
It's true.
Especially PGA Tour related and whatnot. I will tell you, the live players do seem to be having a much more enjoyable freewheeling off season than the PGA Tour players.
You're right. Yeah.
And I got to tell you, it looks like a pretty good life.
I mean, a PGA Pro's life in general is pretty decent, but yeah, you're right. It'll be interesting to see after this year, right? Because after this year, they're done with the wraparound stuff. So like the Ryder Cup will be the end of the season. That'll be it. They're not going to do silly season time or anything, right?
But think of these guys, like they could show up to day one of their live golf 2023, shoot $1 billion.
Oh yeah, it could be the first golf ball they hit since the last time they played.
Like, it's 33 over. I still took $2.6 million home this weekend.
Right.
Anyway, this isn't a live golf episode. I was just thinking of off season and the video that got me. I saw Paul Casey in some winter wonderland hitting or swinging a golf club, and I was like,
"Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah, good for him."
And Paulina and Dustin are up to no good as usual. Yeah, so
of course,
living the life. I'm jealous.
To just kind of circle back and close the loop on the drinking thing for New Year's, Adam got after it. We weren't together, but I know for a fact that he got after quite a bit.
Wait, what? Get out of here.
Yeah. I just had 4 drinks. I started with, because that's like about 90% taste back on the last day of the year, basically.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I think it's fully back now. I could finally taste like the garlic, the amount of garlic that I put into food, I could taste it. Which is quite a bit because we really like garlic in this house. Anyways, I had a really nice hazy IPA. I had a very, very good. I'm going to bring one to the garage next time we have a show because I think you might like it. But it is an imperial stout with Frango mint oil. Are you familiar with Frango mint?
The Hot Butcher one?
I think it's Hot Butcher, yeah.
That's
it was solid. I really, really liked it. It was so good.
Shout out Marshall Fields, by the way. Speaking of Frank.
Right. And then a couple of Manhattans. And that was the end of my night.
There you go. It's pretty.
Yeah, I timed it perfect. Like my last sip I finished my second Manhattan at like 11:58.
How hard were you trying to be like, no, watch this. I'm going to get right on the dot. Because I could see you being that guy, be like, right. Oh, I'm done.
with the hand, like when the ball hits the top or whatever we do here. I don't know what we do here. I know there's fireworks because I can hear and see the flashes from my apartment, but yeah, whatever that is. Yeah.
One year we, I think we were in college. My now wife, and I went down and we're like, we'd never done Second City. We're like, let's do Second City for New Year's Eve. But we thought, we'll do the early show and then we'll go do the fireworks and the whole downtown
Navy Pier thing. Yeah.
So the show wraps up and we're like, all right, let's head that way. And both of us like get to the car and go, or we could just go home. And
right.
Here's how old we all are. Blockbuster, like, let's just go to Blockbuster and pick up some DVDs.
You guys really were just the perfect couple.
Like, we show up to her parents' house, they're like, what are you guys doing home? And we're like, nah, we're just gonna go watch out. We're just gonna go watch some DVDs and that's call it a night. They're like,
it's funny that you mentioned Second City. One of my Christmas gifts to my children was we're all going to go to Second City. They'd never been before. So we went to the ETC stage for a show and they loved it. Second City never misses. Like those shows are always so good. But I really want to go with you and Adam because they actually sang a song about the Western suburbs and it was so good.
I love it. It's
so good.
It's specifically targeting the Western suburbs. To you, all the suburbs are Western.
Right. No, but
specifically
down 290. Right. Okay. Right. And he ends the song. I'm not going to give it away. I'm not giving it away, but it's really, it's really, really good. I think you would really enjoy it.
That's very funny. I just love it in spirit.
It's really funny. Yeah. But anyways, have you made we can touch on this real quick and then we'll get into the golf. Any New Year's resolutions?
Nah, I feel
you're not digging any. You're perfect. You don't need to improve yourself in any way.
Oh, I think it's the opposite. I need to improve myself in every way. What's the point? Like my whole life's a resolution.
But you don't make any like specifics. Like I'm going to do this better to get to where you want to get into your life. My whole life's a resolution. I need to capture that.
It's true. It is. It's a whole right now. I think I need to come out. Like this is every year, and it's part of having January birthdays and all that too. Like, I feel like I need to get through honestly every year, not counting where I happen to be at this year, especially. But I feel like I need to get through January before I have any sort of like clairvoyance. I'm like, all right, here's the year in front of me, and I mean. January is just always such a shit show in my household.
You got a lot going on in January. Yeah.
Whether it's birthdays, health, you name it. Yeah. I'm hoping just the amount of flus, RSV, we haven't had strep come through our house yet, but when the kids go back to school, like I'm hoping we've been hit by all of it so hard that we won't get the usual, back at school. Everything else comes home and gets us,
right. You guys have super immune systems.
Thank God I'm not on the Metro every day now.
Yeah.
So that'll help.
Yeah.
But so I don't have any. And listen, I'm just hoping I've short story. This doctor I got last year after my health fun. I love the guy. He was awesome. After not having doctors for so long, it was good to have when I felt good about blah, 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 blah. He's leaving the practice. And by the way, all your medications you need to take so you don't die. We're not going to refill them until you establish care with a new provider because this guy left. Right. And you're like,
right.
Well, here's what I'm going to do because I'm an internet sleuth, Kris. I'm going to find out where this guy went. And as long as it's within like an hour, I'm going to go to him. I don't care if it's a new practice. So I tracked him down, got that on Wednesday. That's my new Wednesday as we're recording this.
Yeah.
I just need to get to that and have that go well. That's the target.
Right. It's fair. It's fair.
My New Year's resolution right now is to get my prescriptions
filled
on a refill cycle again. There's my New Year's resolution.
All right. I guess that's good enough. Keep that heart thumping.
That and more and sensation in my left hand and what have you. That's what we're shooting for.
That's always good too.
What about you? You're a man of, especially when the booze stops and you, again, the idle, I think 2 shows ago, the idle hands point came up.
Yeah.
A guy like you, I know you got the resolutions.
It's very similar. Well, I will say this, last year resolution, I started learning Spanish, and I've done that for the whole year. So I'm continuing doing that, which is fun.
So let's call that the 2023 version. It still counts as a resolution. Right. You learn Spanish. I want to learn more Spanish as my resolution.
Right. That's fair. It's kind of relearning because I did take it in high school, but God knows it didn't take in high school. So I'm just continuing that. I also have come upon I bought it for my son when he was probably 10, might have been younger. He's 21 now. The Casio keyboard that I bought him for Christmas. It's now in my house. So I'm also going to relearn piano. So that's another goal, which has already been so much fun. Love it. It's the greatest. Otherwise, the other ones are I'm going to try to get back on the exercise routine because I fell off of that the back end of the year. And then, try to a little more. I was talking to another friend who is in Orlando who does a bunch of content stuff for other companies and things. And he's just getting his thing off the ground on YouTube and that kind of stuff. And I think just getting more into the routine of posting stuff, making stuff. I think that's another goal of mine.
I love that.
So,
the staring off kind of is do I mean this as I'm saying it? I think that's another goal of mine.
Mm-hmm. I think you've noticed where, and we've talked about a production show here, guys, behind the scenes. When I produce the show, I clip the shit out of it. Yeah. And I've started already every day almost putting up a reel or a short or a TikTok or whatever, what have you, just to kind of get into that habit. So I'm trying to get into that habit, but I want to do, I don't know how.
Speaking of your TikTok, for all your federal employee followers that are no longer allowed
to have it,
to consume it. God.
Yeah. Well, if you have a personal phone, you can still consume it, right?
Yeah, I think so. I just figured
get a second phone with government employees.
Yeah, you had a lot of the feds and what have you, just being like, oh, I guess there's half of our audience gone now.
Right.
That's I figured.
Right. Anyways, that's kind of the overall goal. I do need to get back into shape. I'm woefully out of shape. So
I know that feeling. Yeah. That's a good resolution to have. I saw a good I wish in a way, they would kill the conversational spirit if you gave me a heads up of what these resolutions were. But I saw a guy who, because a lot of people pick fitness, right? And in some way, shape, or form. And this guy, are you familiar with John Sudano on the YouTubes? He's a content creator.
Okay.
Really, he his claim to fame and where he bursts on the scene, he'd post something with blah 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 Wonderwall, cover of Wonderwall, and then it'll be a few bars of whatever instrumental, and then he comes in every time with Smash Mouth's All Star. It's very funny, and then you can go down that rabbit hole yourself.
Very good.
But he's evolved, and his content sort of shifted. But I still follow the guy on Facebook from just from the years ago of this guy coming into my life via a friend. And I'll just put it this way. He's a big boy.
Okay.
And so he said, real quick, don't make fun of the people in the gym that joined on January 1st. They're in there and they're trying. Even if they only last 20 days, it's 20 days more than a lot of people are willing to spend in there.
100%.
The shitty attitudes are what discourage them. But John, said Chadwick McSmaldick, if they wanted it bad enough, they'd join any other day of the year. So they must not want it. No, Chadwick, you're wrong. They want it more than anything. That's why they're there, dum-dum. Be nice, subdue your gym bro bullshit, and exercise your compassion and empathy rather than your glamour muscles for once. I said, John Sudano, I like that take about, because you'll be like, oh, everybody joins the gym January 1st. That's the right take.
You know what? I would extend that into our sport, into our game as well.
Yeah, but I have to tell you, remember that episode earlier in 2022 where I was like, hey, I don't know if I'm part of the Grow the Game army after I got stuck with these two guys and we were playing. So you remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I start the new year. Like to believe I'm still open-minded and welcoming.
Well, that's part of, but they were kind of, there were other issues there. I just feel like the overall sort of sentiment there is be cool, be nice, be supportive.
Oh, yes. Right. I'm not going to be the stuffy, you're not welcome here. This is my gentleman's game. Get out of here. Right. And I also love Chadwick McSmaldick. That's
I may steal that for sure.
Yeah, that's
a good one.
That'll resurface in our life.
One last thing. A friend shared like a TikTok or something of a guy reading from a book or whatever it was. But the other thing that I thought about, and my wife is very good at this, but like appreciating moments, right, as you're in them, like, especially with you have small kids. I think someone said like you get 18 summers with your kids before they're adults.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Right. So things like that, just like, and I think I'd like to think I'm like, when we're on the golf course, I will say out loud, like, I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad we're here. This is awesome. This is like that kind of stuff. But like, I just need to do more of that kind of thing as well.
I think that's a good one. That's a real good one.
All right.
Show sometimes about golf. Do you want to talk about golf? talk about golf stuff. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
Actual golf tournaments start again. And I got to tell you, Kris.
Yeah.
As somebody who has fell off watching it and, not a big observer of it, I could not be happier between Golf Channel just replaying all of the old, very like Sanderson Farms. And
I know.
And I don't begrudge any of these champions who have their story retold, obviously. But
right.
It's like, man, what I wouldn't do for some big break or God knows what. Like, give me.
Oh, shout out Big Break. It's always a fun watch, man.
So much of the original content was like, this is no good. I'm like, no, you're wrong. Get that back. Or just give me something. So at least Golf Channel have something new going on. But then I've said this to you for a long time at how bad the PGA channel is on Sirius XM.
Yeah. Yes.
I noticed over this last week with everybody on holiday, they're playing like best of Victor Hovland. I'm like, wait a minute. You're playing, I'm assuming,
like of him hitting shots on the radio?
Or like highlight rounds and rebroadcasting it. Oh God, that is.
Oof. I thought maybe I was hoping you'd say like interviews or something, but they don't have enough interviews of Victor Hovland to fill.
They were doing like best of players playing on the radio. Now, don't get me wrong, like Rory McIlroy could have had a sick round this year or won something, and hey, the broadcast from it. But this isn't like Vince Scully calling World Series or some shit.
Right.
Oh my God. So one, I need to just get that preset off my radio. First of all. Second of all, like if that's the barrel we're scraping for broadcast content right now, thank God something new is coming so we don't have to play best of insert professional golfer here.
Although I'll tell you, it's the Sentry. I love the Sentry. I love it. I love it. It's evening golf for us on the mainland. It's all the good players that are in it. It's just, and it's Hawaii, and it's like, it's just, when you watch it in January, you're like, oh man, that's so nice. And like, you just kind of get it warms the cockles of my heart.
I read something about it's like 17 of the top 20 players will be there, and the 3 missing are Rory, Cam Smith,
right?
I forgot who the other one was.
Another live player,
another
right?
live guy. Who is it? I don't know, and I don't care. And it wasn't me trying to be funny. I just give up. I'm not trying to solve this.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a great field. I would contend that I may get lit up in the comments about this. Hopefully so. Whatever. The Sentry is better than the Tour Championship.
100%.
That's 100%. That's my hot take on that, because it's a better golf course. The field is great. It might be a little grab assy, they may be, but I like that part of it.
Maybe that's more. Look at every round of golf you and I play together. It's 100% grab assy.
But they're more players are more likely to talk a little bit more. I don't know. I just think it's better overall.
I can subscribe to that. I did read though, all the like new rules and all that stuff so over my head, and what PGA is doing to counter what Liv's offering. And apparently now, Rory doesn't go to this tournament often, but since they made this one of the elevated tournaments, he can't miss a single elevated tournament the rest of the way in. And I'm like, well, I'm glad the rigidity that you guys were trying to get rid of seems nice and relaxed there. Good job.
Right. Yeah. So that means he's got to play the Phoenix Open, right?
Yep.
He's got to play. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. Yikes. Because that's one to be elevated. We should look through that. I don't know what I know this one is elevated. Phoenix Open, Waste Management's elevated. Do you know the other ones?
No. Future show is let's go through the list and give our hot takes on them.
Or someone put them in the comments. Someone will know.
Yeah, we're going to do an elevated event review and our thoughts on them, and then realize we should have put facts together. Maybe we'll even put facts together for
who knows.
Discussion.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind
of we'll treat them like baby masters. We'll do some sort of one of our bits,
Yeah, I'm kind of
celebrate.
I'm kind of looking forward to the elevated event review show. I think it'll be fun.
That's right. So in honor, a couple of things that go along with the Sentry. One, like you said, live golf, real golf is back, which is great. I would also like to propose sort of a fanboy relationship with one of the golfers that is in the Sentry. You know the name. I put the name on the set list. How do we feel about going all in on Sahith Theegala?
I'm a big fan of that call. I like his like penchant for disaster golf play.
Yep. I just love the dude's whole vibe.
Hey, just make everything about it. And it's like, oh no, hang on, I got to do the dumbest thing possible.
Right.
And I'm not saying that
behind a guy like that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that critically at all. It's more like I enjoyed watching him and pulling for him more. My trust level in him super low. But it also makes it much more exciting. So
I was gonna say he's not boring to watch. He's certainly not boring to watch.
I'm in. Sold. Done.
All right, great. So this is a Sahith Theegala. We'll let everyone know every week when he's playing, how he finishes. And, if I could buy some PGA package to watch just Sahith Theegala, then that's what I'll do.
It's a good idea. Though, this will be a problem if and when Zach Fisher comes, because we already adopted him. We can have two. It's fine.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm in. Sold. Can't wait.
All right. Sweet.
And he didn't win anything last year, but because he
qualified.
Yeah. Which big time golf guy here.
Right.
Has it always been that way? Or are they just struggling? Okay.
That's a new thing.
They're struggling to fill their field. I'm assuming largely because of the live and what have you. So now are they just trying to expand this field?
I can't remember I thought they were just trying to expand it. It could have been a little hybrid, right? Because they did attendance waned a little bit. And with the live guys leaving, I think they needed to fill some holes. So I think,
So to fill that, what we're talking about.
But it's also kind of that, hey, let's bring in the younger, newer golfers into this event too, right?
Right.
They're trying to do that.
So what we're talking about, if you don't know, they now have the field made up. You qualify if you won a tournament in the previous season. And if you were in the Tour Championship, so the top 30 in FedEx Cup points,
right,
but didn't win a tournament last year, you are in you qualified for the Tournament of Champions.
Tournament of Champions. That's right. Yep. Correct.
I want to see a name change. Tournament of Champions and additional invites.
And others. etc.
TOC. I'm not TC. I like that.
All right. So there's two more things that we got to talk about with the Sentry. This is super golfy. Should have warned everybody.
Yeah.
Although we spent the first 25 minutes talking about non-golf stuff. Which one do you want to do first? Do you want to go get who's back for the new year?
Oh, God damn it. He's back.
Our gambling expert, our golf gambling expert. He's got a pick for us, my brother Mark, or a new bit that we thought of last year that I'm ready to implement.
Oh, man, for tournament. I'm assuming it's a kickoff because this is supposed to be for like major tournaments, but
yes, it's celebrating the new season.
Suspense is killing me. Let's do it. Let's throw it to Mark.
Okay, Mark, take it away.
So picture this lush fairway. I'm in the middle, about 120 yards out. You're in the cart, watching. I flush it. It's heading straight for the pin. I'm screaming, be the ball, be the ball. I look up. Hey, what's up, guys? How goes my gut this week? Will Zalatoris.
Oh, God.
There you go. There's Mark's pick. Good luck, everybody.
Oh, what a pick. It's so good to have you back. Oh, my God.
It is good to have him back.
It's my favorite. I forgot. It is my favorite content on this channel.
He's so good.
Whatever we make on our own is not as good as Mark and his picks. I can't wait to see his record this year.
It's true. I know. Right. I'm excited.
There's a pick. There's a pick. Mark, thanks a lot, man. Good to see you. Good to have you back. All right. Put your picks down in the comments below. Let us know. Maybe.
Yeah, we got for the Tournament of Champions ETC.
We'll be a gambling show now.
Sure. All right, now are you ready for the new segment?
That threw me off, but yeah, I teared up. Like it was. I have so many questions.
Oh my God, it's so great.
New segment.
All right, so we were talking about just off. Let me pull up the game here. We were talking about sponsorships, PGA sponsors, right? Like how random they are and weird they are, whatever. And so we came up with this idea where so during quarantine, I did a bunch of Googling and I found a bunch of PGA sponsors, like off the sleeve or whatever. Like I just started writing down all the sponsors that I could think of. And then I went and did some more research and found anything that was on a shirt or whatever. I wrote down. So then I started researching fictional companies that were in movies, television shows, books,
how do you research
cartoons.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's what I've got. So now I've got a list of both of those. I've got actual sponsors on the PGA Tour, and I've got fictional companies. So actual companies and fictional companies. I'm going to give you, we'll do a couple of these here, see how it goes. I will give you one real company and one fake company, and you have to pick which is which, right? So this segment is, what do we call this segment? Which one is real?
Now, if you're a longtime watcher of the show, you'll remember we alluded to this happening last year. I forgot. You might remember. Maybe you have it in your notes. Maybe you don't. It's fine if you don't. Not to put you on the spot. But we were watching one of the tournaments, and one of the players in contention had some random hat sponsor. We're like, there's no way that's a real company.
Right.
And, the wheels get rolling and Chris McEwen goes off and Chris McEwen's it makes a brilliant game. So,
and then we do have another kind of related segment that we may or may not do later, but I won't give it away. But But yeah, there's another.
We are thinking about putting together a at-home version of this game that you can buy too at secondcitygolf.com.
That's right.
Stay tuned for that. Okay.
Right. It'll be a drinking game. If you get it wrong, you have to drink.
Right. Right.
All right, here we go. I'm going to give you an example. All right. I've got an example here, which I think is an easy one. All right. All right. Which one is real? Southern Company or Burns Industries?
I'm going to say Southern Company.
Correct.
Burns Industries, The Simpsons.
Mr. That's Burns. Right. Very good. That's the game. All right. So we're off and running here. All right. This is really small on my phone. I should have grabbed my all right. Well, we'll do the game, and then I might have a note for you. Okay. But I'm very excited. Well, give me the note. Okay. All right.
I think I want to know. I'll give you the note. I want to know who the real, all right, the real sponsor is this. Who's it on? Is it?
I got that. I have that.
Okay. Good.
So Southern Company, from what I could tell, is a PGA Tour sponsor.
Okay.
Not a specific golfer. Look at us, right on the same page, man. Right here.
You'll be able to go, that is a Patrick Cantlay hat sponsor.
Exactly, right. Yes, the challenge here, the challenge here is, there's more guys than you think that have kind of full boat deals, right? So like Nike, Adidas.
Yeah.
Under Armour.
Well, right? Nike being notorious for no, if you wear our stuff, you can't have any other brand on it.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, I learned that while I was in quarantine researching. All right, here we go. Number one.
Why am I so nervous for it?
By and Large or Ascendant National Title?
Ascendant National Title.
Very good. Very good. Do you know the reference? Do you know the By and Large reference?
I don't.
That was the store in Wally.
I've never seen all of Wally.
Oh, okay.
I got too depressed like a third of the way into it. I'm like, I can't do it to myself.
Yeah. Ascendant National Title is a PGA Tour sponsor.
Okay.
Okay. This one's easy. You're going to get this one. Wayflyer or Bifco?
Wayflyer.
Very good.
Bifco is Back to the Future 2.
Very good. Wayflyer is a Shane Lowry sponsor.
I just knocked over Samurai Leonardo and a nip Fireball.
You really are nervous. You're like, got this nervous energy to you now. Okay, next one.
No, I'm showing it on the camera. They can't get the focus, but Back to the Future 2, Doc and Marty Lego.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Next up is I move my over here. Where was I? VirtueCon or Carry International?
Carry International.
Very good. And you're better at this than I thought you. Are they obvious? I started off with pretty easy ones, but
that VirtueCon had me hung up. I'm like, oh boy. But why is it Carey International? Like John Kerry, Kerry?
No, it's Carey. They're another PGA Tour sponsor. They don't have a personal.
See, that's probably why. It's probably that I just soaking it in and I'll right through. Right. Yeah.
VirtueCon is Dr. Evil's company.
I should have known
in
that.
Austin Powers. Yeah. BH Sports or the Umbrella Corporation?
BH Sports.
Very good. Was that a coin flip, or do you know one of those two?
Umbrella Corporation felt a little too cheesy to be real.
It's the company in Resident Evil.
Oh, I would never have gotten that.
I dug deep for that one. Yeah.
Okay.
The Bluth Company or FTI Construction?
FTI Construction.
Good.
That one, I feel like I can picture the logo. I'm even looking it up to see if I have that right in my head.
That is a Corey Connors. FTI Construction sponsors Corey Connors.
That's probably
you probably don't know the Bluth Company.
No.
Yeah, that's Arrested Development. You got to watch Arrested Development, dude. It's so great. But yeah, that's the family company.
No, I don't think I was even close on the FTI. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I was. I feel like I had to have seen the FTI logo just enough times from Ryan French's Corey Connors Appreciation Twitter account.
Probably. All right, we'll do a couple more here and then we'll wrap it up. All right. Let's see. Demand Science or Cyberdyne Systems?
Oh, God. This coin flip. Cyberdyne Science. No, Cyberdyne System. I already got it mixed up. Cyberdyne.
Cyberdyne Systems is fake.
Oh, okay.
That is the company that created Terminator.
That's bad. I should have gotten that.
Yeah. Demand Science, I don't know what it is, but they're a PGA Tour sponsor.
Okay.
Apparently, they really do Demand Science. God, that might have been the first one you got wrong, right?
Yeah.
Very good. All right, and then we'll do two more. This one should be pretty easy, but I had to throw it in there. I think it's pronounced Simon's Bank or Sterling Cooper.
That should be easy. That's another coin flip. Sterling Cooper?
Wrong. Sterling Cooper was the PR agency, the marketing agency in Mad Men.
I didn't watch Mad Men.
Oh, okay. Well,
long story, but I never watched it. And then
Simon's Bank is Zalatoris sponsorship.
Oh, shit, Mark. Sorry.
All right, last one. Then we'll save. I've got roughly 25 more of these. So
I'm genuinely surprised that's it. I would have expected you to be like, I got like 1,000 of these.
It's harder to find PGA sponsorships than you might think. There's no like consolidated list, at least that I could find. Hyper Rice, Mom Corp. Which one is real?
I feel like it's Hyper Rice, but I want it to be Mom Corp. Mom Corp.
Hyper Rice is real. I don't know what is that Hyper Ice? Mom Corp is the company in Futurama, the cartoon Futurama.
God, you're right. It's been a while since I watched Futurama, but now
I was wondering if it would ring a bell or not. I'm sure, yeah.
Futurama was a big, like, back in the day in college, as Dawson's Creek was, TBS being like, what do we put on from like 11 to midnight?
Yep.
And actually, or 11 to 1 in the morning. And so you just have at various times throughout the day, you have various stages of different seasons of Futurama, and you followed all of them.
Right.
So a lot of binging Futurama in college.
Sci-Fi Channel is doing that nowadays.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Good to know.
Yeah. You swap, but if it's like 10 o'clock on a Wednesday on Sci-Fi, I think they're just running Futuramas.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right, that's it. That's our inaugural segment of Which One Is Real. I
love it. That's a good game.
Thank you for playing.
And if other people don't love it, don't know what to tell you. We're going to keep doing it because it's fun. All right. Well, good luck, everybody, at the TOC ETC this year.
That's right. And good luck with your gambling. And if you have some sponsors, feel free. If you want to play along, you want me to try to stump Bill on Which One Is Real, send them my way.
Send them Chris's way. All right. Yeah. So I was popping in plugs some time ago, in the set list of things we got coming up. But one of the New Year, New Beginnings post on driverangeheroes.com. I have a new putter from one of the great global putter makers, Kari Lahosi. He is out of Australia, Melbourne, Australia.
Sweet.
Makes really good stuff. Does it all in-house. Doesn't outsource any of it. Phenomenal things. Really good Instagram account to see cool custom putters, whatever.
Really? Okay.
Going down the rabbit hole of custom putters, and I think of like ones I've sold, ones I've bought, and ones I've had made myself, etc. And just being a general nerd about it, and like, I just want to go look at like putter porn, right?
Right.
The amount of people who, I was like, putting your name on it's always a dicey move. You can't sell it, and then you're like, I need money, and we could get $1,000 for this putter, but it says insert random person's name here.
Right.
I'm not going to buy that. No, at the same time, like, it's cool to have a putter with your name on it. I get it, but the amount of people who custom order putters from like Byron Morgan back in the day, Kari Lahosie, and then want like tour only for tour use only, like Scotty Cameron puts on his putter.
Really?
And it's like, I'm not a tour player, and you designating this, like, that doesn't make any sense. But then as your custom order, getting it stamped 1 of 1. Like if you get to order something and say, I want you to put all this stuff on it, make it say 1 of 1. That feels so lame to me. And
really?
I feel like
I didn't know what to me, like if, of all those options, well, either put your name on it and make it yours for the rest of your life or don't.
Right.
But I kind of like the 1 of 1 idea. Maybe just because I've never really I've never seen it or thought of it. I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Because you are very much not a custom putter fiend. Like that's not yours. You're not saying you wouldn't like one or what have you, but
right.
That rabbit hole is just not one you have wandered down. So I think I'm curious because a 1 of 1 thing, like it's a custom putter. It's 1 of 1.
Right.
Like, no kidding. So what would you?
But it's a little bit of swag to it. I guess it's a little bit of like, of a brag. It's like it's a brag. It's saying like, yeah, this is a 1 of 1 putter. It doesn't, no other putter like this exists in the world.
I feel like it's so bad. But the ones that kill me the most are when people stamp on like the back bumpers of answer style putter, right? And it'll be like money maker. Putt for no, and you're like, oh my god, you're a grown man, and that putter might have just cost you $2,500,
right?
To get money maker, and like all the S's are dollar signs instead, So, what would you, if you were to get, Kris, a custom? I was thinking about this as this was not. I did not order this custom made for me. I just stumbled into it. You read the post if you like, if you are so inclined, audience.
It'll be in the links below in the description.
Yes. Hopefully, that's our goal. Right. What would you get on you're going to custom order a putter? What would you want your custom putter to have? What would you?
Can I just? Oh boy, gosh. My first instinct is like the Pearl Jam Scarecrow, the Stickman.
That's a good one.
I would put that on there. That'd be fun. Otherwise, like KKB. Like for the kids, for my spawns,
spawns,
something like that. Maybe I'm trying to think like how much room do I have? Because maybe I can put. Yeah, the first thing that jumps into mind is like Pearl Jammy theme of some sort. I think the Scarecrow would be cool. Just get Stickman, whatever you want to call him, or maybe even. I don't know. That's a tough one. What do you have? Have you done this? Have you done something?
Oh yeah, I'm
besides your name. Like,
I'm minimalist utilitarian. Like I like something with character and uniqueness, but it's not. Yeah. It doesn't scream like this was like I splatter painted this thing and just spit all over it. So if I have my name on it, it's obviously a lifelong commitment. But
And that if I did this more than once, one of my putters would have my name on it.
Yeah. And screaming out, look, I got a custom putter. I don't want it. I want it to be like, this is a good tool of the trade. And I almost think like a good benchmark putter for that is the Tiger Woods, Scotty Cameron, as much as I'm not a Scotty Cameron guy. Yeah. Newport 2. It's just got the Titleist script in the cavity. It's got the tour dot in there. It has it on the face with Scotty Cameron vertically stamped. So it's all super unique, but it's not a lot. It's not overbearing. And then his name on the bumpers. It's very simple.
Right.
I'm like,
I'm into that.
Well done, tastefully executed, and a tool of the trade, not a piece of art. And I don't begrudge people who order these things just to
go nuts, man. It's your
put a $10,000 putter up on their wall and just to go look at that. Don't begrudge them. But I mean,
that's what Adam does, right? Adam has like $5,000-$10,000 putters.
At least. Yeah. So go to his house and Jesus. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. And he doesn't. Adam has he's
got a good collection.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good collection going right now. I like where it's at. He's done some curating of it over the last 2 years.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like that. And I'm not a big Bettinardi guy, but I like that Bettinardi he had in the last.
That thing is nice. That thing is nice for sure.
All right. Well,
anyways, that's a viewers, listeners, give us your take on what you would put, or maybe you have one. What do you have on there?
I think future.
I'd be interested to know.
We have to get a custom putter for you made by somebody. We'll figure that out.
I'm not against it.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
I'm not against it.
All right. Yeah, if you have a good custom putter, show us at Kris McEwen at Range Heroes. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Hey,
it'd be fun.
That's Kris McEwen over there. He's a good dude. We'll follow him. You like him. Trust me. And subscribe to his YouTube channel. Do that. I'm Bill Bush at DriveRangeHeroes.com. And if you wouldn't mind giving us a click, that'd be great. All right. This is At Range Life, a show sometimes about golf. It's 2023. A lot of things in store for this year. Thank you for joining us on the journey as always. And folks, we'll see you next time.